Hi everyone, my name is Zadie and welcome to my channel, Flytte Kartina. Today we're going to be talking about the finale of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and spoiler alert to everybody who is watching this because I'm going to be spoiling a lot of things. Really, this finale episode was everything that I wanted it to be. I don't think I could have asked for anything more from Marvel in this episode. This episode really brought out everything from the heart of the actual show to the social issues to everything, and Sam Wilson, Anthony Mackie, let me just say, has done a phenomenal job, and Sebastian Stan. They've both done phenomenal jobs in doing this, and I really appreciate them both for it. I think that they really break down barriers and understand things and portray things in the media that hasn't been done before. I'm not disappointed in this final episode. Yes, I was wanting Baron Zemo to be in this last episode and become the puppet master that he is, like be the mastermind behind the scenes, but I'm not disappointed with what happened with the Flag Smasher and everything like that. This is gonna be a very short video because I can't really say a lot more than what actually it has already been said. I said in the beginning, but this is a very deep character study of Sam and Bucky, and both Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan are character actors who are able to do that sort of thing. And so that really brings to light a lot of emotions and very intense scenes together and separately, both in the same show. I think it was a really good idea to have Sam debut as Captain America in this anthology series rather than just a 2-hour movie. You wouldn't get all of the rich history behind it, you wouldn't get the character development, you wouldn't get a lot of things that they covered in this show, and there's a lot that they covered in the show, in just a 2-hour movie span. I'm really glad that they had Falcon debut as Captain America through this show. I will say that the suit that Sam dons at the very end of this series is amazing. Props to the costume designers and people who had read the comics and then also incorporated that into the suit that we see in live action. Now, I didn't realize this until the very end, but I felt like something was missing from the whole Flag Smasher plotline of this show. And what I found out that there's an entire pandemic plotline that they had to cut due to COVID-19 and it being so close to home to a lot of people. Now, I don't think that was a bad decision. Obviously, the pandemic is still a very, very hard subject for a lot of people. A lot of death and trauma and tragedy surrounding the pandemic that's happening right now. It has been a year since the pandemic has happened, so we are really addressing it in television shows. Obviously, nobody wants to relive the pandemic and what pandemic plotlines can occur, but I don't really know what I'm missing, and it didn't distract from the overall story in general. I really think that Carly Morgenthau and the actress that plays her, that they really reached their peak in this final episode. I didn't really love her as a villain throughout the series because I think she was just stuck in that middle ground. You know, the middle ground of not being a villain to being a villain. She's an antagonist and like kind of an anti-hero at this point in this little middle section, and the struggle is what makes her a good character, and the decision that she finally makes at the very end is what pays off all of that in the previous 5 episodes. And just that middle ground is not very easy for somebody to be like, yes, I do not like this character, this is the antagonist, I don't really be on her side for anything. But that's not the point with Carly Morgenthau. I think Marvel really brought my expectations back with this series. I think that they did a really good job in doing this. I don't really have a lot of thoughts to do with this final episode because I think it was very, very good. I did say in a previous review, and if you want to check that review out, you can check it up in the cards up above, but there's a character named Val, like the Contessa or something like that, and she was introduced in episode 5, and I really didn't think that she needed to be introduced in episode 5. I think that if her first appearance was in episode 6, I think that would have been fine, but I get it, runtimes and producers and things that happen in the media industry and entertainment in general is just a thing that people have to deal with. I think if she appeared in the last episode, then it would have made a little bit more sense instead of introducing another villain when you already have 2 or 3 that are going on at the same time. I will say that that whole sequence, the whole scene, 2 or 3 scenes with Elijah Bradley and Isaiah Bradley and Sam Wilson was really heartwarming, and it really, I'm not gonna lie, it did make me cry. I'm not lying when I say that. It really did make me tear up a little bit. You know, I really don't have a lot of complaints about this series as a whole. What did you guys think of the finale? Go ahead and leave a comment in the comments down below on what you guys thought of the series as a whole or this episode in particular. I think that this episode really paid off everything that had happened in the show at this point. So I really don't have very many complaints about this show and about this episode in particular. There's a couple of scenes where where Sam is flying in with the shield on his back, and it looks a little wonky in CGI, and it looks like he was like painted in and not quite fully finished. But other than that, it's not even, I don't have many other complaints. Everything looks so cool. The fight scenes in this were absolutely amazing, and there's a lot to be said about this episode in general, but I just want to enjoy it. If you like what I said in this video, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel and liking this video. If you subscribe to my channel, go ahead and ring the bell notification icon so that you're one of the first people to know when I upload a new video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great random Thursday, and I will see you on the other side of the screen.